I want a chance.
I want a chance.
I want a chance.
I want a chance too.
Just like you and me, these people all work and live here in Snohomish County. They're a vital part of our community, and they want the same chance you and I have for safe, affordable housing.
In the 50s, when I grew up as a small child, the American dream was about owning your own home. And that is not so easy to do anymore. I worry about that for my kids, who are soon to be adults in this world and will have difficulty purchasing their own home. The American dream could be slipping away from a lot of us.
But it's just the importance of having some place to live. I can remember when I was still at Everett Community College, this question about, well, you really can't talk about affordable housing because affordable housing is a relative term, which would lead me to as close as I can get to being angry in a heartbeat. Because I can remember instances of checking up on children who were in the back seat of their mom's cars in the parking lot. And I can tell you, affordability is a big issue if you're living in the backseat of a 1976 Chevrolet.
If you have people, families, individuals that are without shelter, without the very basic needs of a safe, decent, and affordable home, you have no basis with which to have a healthy community.
That's the villain that we have to overcome, this day after day after day barrage that it's going to be impossible for you to own your own home.
And then there are those members of our community who, through a set of unfortunate circumstances, have lost their home. We call them homeless, but in doing so, we depersonalize them. We forget that there, but for the grace of God, go I.
When I was a little girl, I never dreamed that I would have been homeless. I had everything. I had a husband, I had a home, and because of domestic violence, I had to take my child and walk away from my home. Looking back, it's hard for me to believe.
Fact is, on any given night, between 2,000 and 3,000 individuals are homeless in Snohomish County. Many of them are families with children. What is even more shocking is that more than 28,000 households in our community live just one paycheck away from losing their home.
So who is fighting for the American dream in our community? It's Housing Hope, that's who. Fighting for the homeless, fighting for home ownership, fighting to give everyone who really wants it the same chance you and I have to raise their family in safe, secure, and yes, affordable housing.
These are their stories, and this is your personal invitation to partner with us to ensure that every child has a home and every family has a chance to realize their dream of home ownership.
I was a maintenance supervisor at a housing complex. The main thing was that I was very ill, you know, and I couldn't work, so they had to let me go. And I had no other means but to live on the street.
It was terrible being on the street, sleeping in the back of a moving truck with nowhere to go and no food to eat. And it was very hard for that 3 months with the kids in the summer. So now it just means everything to me to have a home.
It feels good to be in a home that's got a roof over it, and I know it's mine, you know. I know that I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna have to be homeless again. College of Hope, you learn from their programs how to better your life.
The classes were hard, they were tough, and I took every class there was, and I got through all of them.
The College of Hope is very interesting. It was to try to give these families the training, the basic training they need to attain the life skills they need to attain what we call self-sufficiency.
There is economic well-being, and that's all about how to manage your money and how to put yourself on a path to earn more money. There is health and wellness, and that's all about how do you understand the chronic and acute ailments that exist in your family. Then there's family life, and that's all about understanding age-appropriate development of children. And how do you parent to those different ages?
You are the child's first teacher, and your attitude towards school has a whole lot to do with what your child is going to feel about school. So if school was a horrible experience for you, if it was something really bad for you, you do not want to project onto that child the negative experience that you had. Is that making sense? And so
each of these curriculums are designed carefully with community experts. We provide a family meal before the class starts. They can bring their kids, and the kids will go into the other room on the other side of this building, and they'll be in a class that's a companion content-wise to what their parents are learning. So if the parents are in here learning money management, the kids may be in the other room creating a store. The parents learn things that they need to know. The kids will learn things that are relevant. It creates a content that the kids and the parents can talk about. We do a lot of affirming of progress.
As graduates of College of Hope, they receive a certificate saying you are a graduate of the College of Hope. You have attained this level of knowledge that enables you now to manage your affairs in a way that would be productive.
Yeah, working hard is something that I had to do, but it paid off. You know, it's making me feel like a person again, where I wasn't prior to that, you know. I thought the world gave up on me, you know, but actually it was me giving up on myself. And it wasn't until I got into Housing Hope that I realized that I do have some long-term goals to someday maybe own a home. I'm not looking down anymore, I'm looking up, you know, and I'm keeping that positive attitude every day because of Housing Hope.
What we've done in our continuum is created an inventory of housing units that are affordable for graduates of our program, where they've learned better skills and are now much more stable, and help them be in a place where they can hold down jobs, raise their families, and explore their future options.
I used to live a pretty rough and tough life. I was raised by a biker. I in turn became a gangster, left home at 12. My roommate found an apartment and was gonna move out, and we couldn't afford, well, I couldn't afford to support my kids and live there. And I applied for every place I could for any type of subsidized housing. It was unbelievable when we first came here. I knew my address 2 weeks prior to when I moved in here, and I came here twice a day the whole 2 weeks. When we finally got the keys, though, I came by myself and I prayed on every stair. And I was just thankful to have walls and stairs and a huge room with my own bathroom, never having to share it is mine. I'm still thankful because it's a beautiful place. It's a great neighborhood. I don't know, it was cool.
We're getting a house. We never lived in a house. We always lived in like apartments and townhouses and stuff.
I think the key word about how Housing Hope has helped me with my family is the word hope. It's given us hope that we can do things no matter where you come from or what your life has been like, is that you can have hope to have your own place, have your own home, have people who don't even know you support you and work for you as much as you work for yourself. It's good to have like Thanksgiving dinner and have family over. Family. Yeah, that's cool.
Christmas with the Christmas tree.
Yeah, have our own Christmas tree. It does make us feel free, more free.
A lot free. It makes me feel like I'm worth something. We all started from living with people. Now we lived in Housing Hope, and now we get our own home. And I really think that's cool from my stage, because I like living a life. I don't like throwing it away. And I think this program works.
We came from homelessness to self-sufficiency because of this program. We're going to have a home, and I hope that other people come and do this too.
I'm proud of my mom.
So this is open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. What we want people to do is focus on getting and keeping a job and earning an income so that they can support their families. And having a good quality place for children is a key to that.
When families find themselves homeless, often the primary focus is survival. Children don't always know where they're going to spend the night, where they're going to have their next meal, and all those activities that they're supposed to work on get disrupted and make it difficult for them to develop fully.
There's issues of depression, there are developmental delays. We see a whole variety of situations that make it very difficult on the families unless it's diagnosed and an intervention plan is put together. And so that's one of the tasks of this child care facility, is to figure out what is really going on and help not only the parents but all of the people that are working with the parent to understand the particulars of that situation and figure out good avenues to address it.
When children feel safe and feel like they have a routine, then they can have an opportunity to pay attention to their learning and to have fun and relax. There is always a waiting list for Tomorrow's Hope. We probably get 5 to 20 calls a day for parents looking for childcare in Snohomish County, and we are always full.
Many families will be satisfied to have an affordable, permanent, safe, secure home to live in. But for those who can actually progress on to home ownership, we have products and know-how and programs available where they can actually progress to maybe building a home of their own.
Oh, they earn this. They earn it. They're committing. They know that there's the next year. No vacations, no scooting off for a camping trip, that this is their commitment for the next year because homeownership is that important to them.
I work 40 hours a week, sometimes 48 hours a week, and then I have to come out here for 30 hours a week, so it makes it really tough trying to find time to stay at home or spend time with the kids, but it'll be worth it.
And oftentimes families not even sure which end of the hammer they might have to hold to actually build this house. They are well versed of that construction site and what needs to be done, and we provide site supervision the whole time. So there's a lot of hand-holding. So they're never alone throughout the process.
Oh, today I'm working on my neighbor's house because we've already done my house, so now we're working on their house. I think this is an excellent idea, especially for single moms who can't afford to move into it, or young families starting out can't afford to $10,000 down payment for their new home. This is the best probably possible way to go. You can build it yourself in a year and be really proud and get to know your neighbors before you all move in together. So this will be our neighborhood, and we built it together as a community.
It makes you feel good when you see somebody that you've helped become a homeowner pay their property taxes for the first time and feel like they are a worthwhile citizen. They are helping to pay for the public services, the police and the fire and the roads and the streets.
I see Housing Hope as an agency that offers a solution to the housing problem regardless of whether you're now severely affected by it or mildly affected by it.
Yes, we'll get you started, but our purpose is to move you through this chain that we call housing.
Our programs and our home development offer a way for people to grab a hold of that American dream and not lose any other piece of it.
What can we learn together to try and head this problem off?
It is here, it is big, and it is growing, and we need to take care of it.
I'm Connie Naiva. I became involved with Housing Hope nearly 20 years ago and have also served as president of the board of directors. The fact is, Housing Hope is our community's greatest advocate for addressing the problems of homelessness and affordable housing. But we are heavily dependent on volunteer involvement and support. If you believe in our mission and our philosophy in helping others, won't you please join our efforts by giving generously of your time, your talents, and your financial support? Your involvement in the work of this agency can make an enormous difference to the quality of life in our Snohomish County.
You know, teachers, clerks, bank tellers, janitors, waitresses can't afford to live in our community. They don't earn enough money to be able to afford the housing that's in the community. You know, if you expect people who work hard and strive to achieve their social obligations in our society to do that without an affordable place to live, we are creating a self-defeating dilemma for our society.